Have you ever had the experience where you've been thinking about someone and suddenly they just show up back in your life? Coincidence? I think not. What if I told you that you brought them back into your life with just your thoughts? Hello friends, my name is Elizabeth Schutz. If we haven't met before, welcome to Wanderland. On this channel, we talk about personal growth and development, spirituality, holistic health and wellness, and so much more. And today we get to talk about one of my favorite topics, the law of attraction. I have been consciously using the law of attraction for the last 8 years. But part of my upbringing, my parents actually taught it to me. I just didn't know what I was doing had a name. Now, before we get started, I just want to do a little disclaimer. You have to be ready for the law of attraction. And if you're watching this, I think you are, but you really have to be ready to take full responsibility for your life, for what you manifest, for your actions. So if you're feeling ready or if you're just curious, awesome. I'm so excited to do this together with you today. But if you're feeling a little unsure or hesitant, that is totally fine too. Just save it for later and you're always going to be welcome back. So the law of attraction in the most simple terms is that thoughts create things. So what we think about actually creates our surroundings and our universe. And this happens whether we want it to or not. And so depending on whether our thoughts are positive or negative, our surroundings end up reflecting that. What we pay attention to is attracted to us. It's magnetically just drawn in. And this is because thoughts have energy and a frequency, just like everything else on the planet around us. With the law of attraction, like attracts like. So think of yourself like a radio that's just tuning into different frequencies. Therefore, if you're constantly emitting this negative frequency, like getting a pimple on the morning of prom, all the universe is hearing is that you're expecting this negative thing to happen. So guess what happens? The morning of prom, you get a pimple. So what if you put all of that energy you used to focus on something negative into something positive that you really want from life? Now, the beauty of the law of attraction is that you can attract anything that you want. And it can be as small as a sewing needle to something huge like an elephant, or it can be something life-changing like a job. The only thing it takes is having a vision of what you want and the good feelings to back them up. The easiest way to tap into the frequency to get what you want is to ground into gratitude. Anchor into that grateful feeling, and the universe will take care of everything else. Maintaining a constant state of gratitude is something that I've seen take a long time in order to master, just because life happens. I'm still in the process of learning how to be in a constant state of gratitude. I've actually found a few other methods that I find really helpful for attracting what I want. Daydreaming is one of these methods. For a while after I had learned what the law of attraction was, I set up this really methodical, rigid, structured manifestation and visualization process. It never went anywhere. It was just so empty. It left out creativity. So I found that when I started to daydream, I got into this childlike flow state. I was so happy while I was visualizing what I wanted. Things started attracting and coming into my life, and it started happening really organically. My elevated mood reinforcing my visualizations, I started creating. I really started creating my future and the world around me. Moreover, I am constantly using positive affirmations. I'm telling myself I am strong, I am powerful, I am confident, I am successful, I am abundant, and so on. If you consistently use positive affirmations, it rewrites the conversation in your brain to one where your faith is actually stronger than your fear. In the process, you reclaim your own creative power and the universe will respond. And finally, if there's something that I really want to bring into my life, I act as if I already have it. This means I'll change my behavior to fit the life that I want to create. Changing your behavior at first can be a little challenging, but I think it's actually a really rewarding way of manifesting. Let's say, for example, that I wanted a new job. There was this company that I really wanted to work for. If the hours were different than what my schedule already was, I would tweak my schedule to fit those new hours. I may figure out what my route would be driving to and from work, and I would probably drive it a couple times just so I would know how long it would take me to get to and from work. If what I already have in my closet wouldn't be applicable for this new job, I would probably go out and buy one new outfit. One job that I actually really wanted and ended up getting, it required everyone to wear a uniform. What I did is I actually went out and I bought an outfit that looked really, really similar to the uniform. So that way when I walked into my interview, I felt like I already had the job. And this was just gonna be a sit-down chat with my coworkers. Through all this, one thing you do have to remember is you do have to put in the work. Nothing will happen if you don't take action. You have to feel good and you have to feel like what you want is already yours, but you miss all of the chances that you don't take. If you want a job, but you spend your time just sitting on the couch and watching TV, nothing's gonna happen. You have to apply an interview in order to get that job you want. It's through taking little steps while feeling like what you want is already yours with all of your being. It's where the manifestation magic actually happens. There is only one limitation to the law of attraction, and that's actually our own mind. We have to break down preconceived notions of too big or too expensive and break down agreements with mediocrity, like I'm not good enough or I'm not smart enough. We have to shift our thinking into the realm of infinite possibility. And I want to introduce you to my favorite thing that I have ever manifested, my kitty Luna. This is my baby girl, and I manifested her. Can you say hi to the camera? Look at the camera. She's a little grumpy because it's dinner time. You just want your dinner. One morning, 7 years ago, I woke up with this need, and I had this feeling that I just needed a cat. So I spent hours and hours and hours looking on Craigslist and at local animal shelters, and pretty much anywhere I could find a cat, I was looking there. There were so many beautiful cats and kittens, but they just didn't feel like mine. I knew that my perfect cat was out there somewhere. The pictures just made me so happy, and I kept looking at them. And then one random summer day, I get a call from my mom, and she said, "Elizabeth, get down to the office right now. I have a kitten on the way." I get to the office, and a little while later, this woman shows up, and she's got a soft-sided carrying case. She sets it on the floor, unzips it, and out walks the cutest little puff of fur I have ever seen. In that moment, I knew this was the kitten I was meant to have. So this kitten was found in the back of a pickup truck in the middle of a large parking lot with no animal, plant life around. Think like concrete everywhere. We either think someone had picked her up and placed her in the back of the truck, or she was picked up by a bird of prey and dropped. Either way, no one knows how she got in the back of this truck. But it was only through luck that the truck owner saw her. Instead of taking her to an animal shelter, the owner took her back to his place and called the landlord and said, "Hey, I've got this kitten." So the landlord ends up driving all the way to Eastern Washington, picking up this kitten who's only a few days old and taking her back to the greater Seattle area for a friend of hers to foster. A couple months later, this foster mom calls my parents' office to set up an appointment. And as her and my mom were talking, she said, "I'm so sorry, I'm on my landline. I may be cutting in and out. I've got this kitten who's playing with the cord." And my mom said, "Oh, my daughter's looking for a kitten." And the foster mom said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I've got a meeting set up with potential adopters this afternoon. And my mom said, oh, it's fine, you know, that's totally okay. And they ended up finishing up their business and the call ended. A little while later, my mom gets a call and it's the foster mom. And she says, hi, I just had this feeling I needed to call you back. Is there any way you want to meet this kitten later today? And my mom said, yes. Because I was having such strong positive feelings and visualizing what I wanted, the perfect cat was brought to me. Now, my cat actually had a different name when we got her, and I changed it to Luna. It just seemed like it fit her and who she was. About a week later, we got a call from the foster mom to see how she was integrating into the family. We told her that she was absolutely the most perfect cat, and we had changed her name to Luna. To which she replied, I really wanted to name her Luna, but I already had a cat named that, so I chose something different. I took this as confirmation that the whole situation had been divinely guided and that the law of attraction made it happen. So if you're ready to make a shift, ready for a change, ready to bring something wonderful into your life, I encourage you to give the law of attraction a try. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. This was my Law of Attraction 101, the basics video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned a lot. Please share your success stories with the Law of Attraction down below in the comments. I would love to read them. Until next time, so much love, blessings, devotion, and appreciation.